Should you be concerned that Social Security is pushing to hold more video hearings with judges that are appearing from remote locations and not in person? I'm Jonathan Ginsberg, and I'm a Social Security disability attorney. And recently, Social Security came out with some proposals where they're basically saying that they're no longer, they want to change the current rules so that you no longer can object to a video hearing. And if you don't know, Social Security holds administrative law judge hearings with a judge physically in the hearing office with you, or with a judge in a different location appearing by video. For example, I had a hearing today with a judge in Chicago, and I'm in Atlanta. And I've had judges really all over the country, Arizona, Texas, Virginia, and they appear by video. And basically you go into a very small hearing room, and the judge is appearing on a monitor, kind of like what I've got behind me here, maybe a 24-inch monitor with a video camera, so the judge can see you and you can see the judge, and even the vocational witness may be in a remote location. So in my hearing today, the hearing reporter, the woman who operates the recording equipment, was there along with myself and my client, but the judge and the vocational witness were in different places. I think the vocational witness was in Florida, the judge was in Illinois, was in Chicago. So I have kind of mixed feelings about this. A lot of my colleagues have a real hard time with video hearings. They think that they really don't like them, and I can certainly understand why. I've not had a big problem with them because I think that for the most part, if you've got a good case with a good medical record, you're still going to prevail. But here are some of the pros and the cons in my view. The pros obviously are that it does help speed up the process because Social Security can be more efficient. If a judge has time to hold hearings and he's available in Chicago, whereas all the Atlanta judges are backed up for weeks, then in my situation, we're going to get a hearing faster. That's going to reduce some of the delay. And Social Security is making an effort at this point to reduce the long hearing delays. So video hearings are one way to do that. The second thing that my experience has been, and again, this may be not common to everybody, but I think that the judges appearing by video seem to be better prepared, or I shouldn't say better, but are always well prepared. They've reviewed the file carefully, they understand what's going on, and they're able to ask good and relevant questions. And maybe they're getting extra paralegal help to prepare them for the hearing. I don't know. But I can't remember the last time I had a video judge who was not fully prepared. And again, most of the judges in person are prepared, but sometimes you'll have judges who've clearly not reviewed the record. But I've not had that in the video with the video judges. So I think that those are two of the pros: prepared judges, and it speeds things up. The cons are that by not having the judge in the hearing room, you lose that sort of interaction, you lose that connection. And especially if you've got a physical problem that's making you very uncomfortable, the judge can kind of sense that when you're in the hearing room. If you're squirming about, even though the judges are not supposed to use what they call sit and squirm jurisprudence, they will certainly make notice that you're uncomfortable. If you want to show the judge you've got a swollen knee or a swollen ankle, you can do that in person. You can't really do it with a video. I think another problem is that as an attorney with a video judge, I probably have not had much experience with that judge. Now again, over time you'll develop experience, but every judge has his or her own way of doing things. You know, local judges, I know this judge likes an opening statement, or this judge wants me to refer specifically to exhibits, or this judge wants a pre-hearing brief done in a certain way. With a judge who's appearing by video, you don't know any of that type of stuff. Also with local judges, you start to develop a relationship. I take great pride in always being very prepared for my hearings. So the judges, I think, appreciate that. When I walk in, they know me, they know I'm going to be prepared, and I think that helps my clients. With the judge, when you're appearing by video and the judge doesn't know you, you kind of lose that. So again, for the benefit of my client, I'd prepare to be in a case where the judge knows me and I know the judge. And I think, again, that in a video hearing, the judge is not going to pick up on some of those nonverbal things. If you're nervous, if you're scared, if you start crying, the judge may or may not pick up on that. So again, those are some of the negatives with the video hearings that we're seeing now. Now, I tell my clients that if you have a video hearing, You want to make sure when you testify that you're really, really specific about things. I've said many times before, you want to avoid saying things like, I can't walk very far, I can't sit very long. Video judges tend to have less patience for that sort of thing. And I think there's, if you think about it, there's an old saying that people are always really brave behind a keyboard. Well, just like people will say things to a customer service representative over the phone or in an email they would never say to them in person, when the judge is not in the same room with you, it's easy, just human nature, to be a little quicker, to get frustrated. So I think that my experience has been that judges tend to be less patient with people who get kind of wishy-washy with their descriptions. So you want to really practice talking about how long you can sit, how long you can stand. You don't want to say not very long. You want to say I can sit for 5 to 7 minutes and I've got to stand for walk around for 5 to 10 minutes. Something like that, as opposed to I can't sit very long, or I can't walk very far. You don't want to say that. You want to say I can walk 1,000 feet or I can walk 30 yards. You want to be that specific. Frequency, it happens all the time. I'm in pain all the time. Well, doesn't mean anything, but if you say twice a week for 30 to 45 minutes, I get migraine headaches, this happens every week, that's something that a judge can really pin down and understand specifically what you're saying. And I think that you also want to use the opportunity in a video hearing, because again, the judge doesn't know you and there's that lack of connection, to really be explicit about saying to the judge that you really don't like the idea of going for disability, you'd like to be working, and your intention is to go back to work as soon as you're able to do so, but right now you can't. You need additional time, additional medical treatment, but your intention is to go back to work. Again, my hearing today, my client was very adamant about that. He was a younger individual, but the judge, even at the end of the hearing, says, I really appreciate your attitude. It's obvious to me that you don't want to be on disability, and for a younger person, that's especially important. And I really appreciate you telling me how much you really don't want to be here, and you'd rather be working. You want to just be more direct, I think, with the judges. Don't assume anything. I don't know if I wouldn't say you're going to get less of the benefit of the doubt, but I think you've got to be more direct in explaining to the judge the specifics of your condition, and that you really don't want to be there. You don't want to be pursuing disability. I would also tell my clients in a video hearing, be careful not to interrupt the judge. Sometimes there's a little bit of a lag between when the judge says something and when you hear it. That's just because it's being transmitted over 500, 1,000 miles. So I've had people, sometimes they'll start to answer the question before the judge has finished talking. You don't want to do that in general. You want to show the judge respect, but especially in a video hearing, you want to wait till the judge finishes his questions and answer them. And of course, when you're talking about your medical conditions, you don't want to just go with, I've got a diagnosis, I have a herniated disc, I've got ankylosing spondylitis. You want to say, I've got rheumatoid arthritis. You want to say, because of my rheumatoid arthritis, I get swelling in my hands to the point where at least 3 or 4 hours a day, I can't grip anything. My hands are so swollen. And they're so painful that even somebody just tapping them incidentally causes a severe level of pain. Or because of my herniated disc, I can't sit for more than 5 to 7 minutes when it's flared up. If I do any kind of activity, it makes it worse, and it tends to bring on a flare in my pain. Again, you want to go into detail about the why and how, not just the what. You have a herniated disc, you've got rheumatoid arthritis, you've got depression. What does that mean? In a video hearing, you want to be really, really descriptive and practice this, because I think judges in video hearings a lot of times are in a hurry. They've got a lot of hearings to do, and you want to give them what they need to make a decision, and what they need is specific information about how your medical problems impacts your capacity for work. And I think this applies not just for video, but non-video hearings as well, in-person hearings as well. You want to really focus on the work capacity limitations with as much specificity as you can. That goes a long way to giving the judge, again, what the judge needs to hopefully approve your case. So that's what I would tell you about video versus in-person hearings, and how I would approach a video hearing. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube, like it on Facebook, and subscribe to both with my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. Visit my website at ssdanswers.com, and you can download my Secrets to Winning Disability Survival Kit. A lot of great information there. If I can be of assistance to you, please fill out a case review request, and I'll be happy to take a look at it. Again, I'm Jonathan Ginsberg, and I do wish you the best. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the Survival Kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.